panel tail thing back on. So now we're going to start actually installing the actual Fender Eliminator kit. So let's get started. Alright guys, so at this point we're installing the Targa piece, and this is the filler. Bracket's going to go about right there. As you can tell, it kind of fits in. But to do that, you have to have these holes in here, right? And what you do is you line it up in here. You put these metal flanges up inside the tail, and you line the circles up so you can drill them, hypothetically, if you have a drill. Well, I don't have a drill. I have a cordless drill, but I do not have a drill bit. So, using ingenuity, I marked the spots with the while I had this connected up top. I got a screw here, and I just drilled little holes. This is an original screw hole. What I did then was take that. Where are they? If I can locate. Okay, here we go. I took the kitchen shears that I had earlier, and I'll do the last one for you so you can see what I'm talking about. This is if you don't have a screw and a way to get these holes made. So you drill a hole in there, you put the blade of the kitchen shears in, you just twist. Alright, I'm twisting. I'm trying to get my whole hand so you can see the whole thing. Alright. I mean, it's primitive. But hey, I don't have time to go to Home Depot to get a whole nother set of drill bits. And this seems to work. So, obviously the shears get bigger as you go, so the bigger you need the hole, the higher you do the kitchen shear blade. Okay, so if you keep going farther and farther down, I mean, one second. I know I'm making a mess here, I apologize. Especially the video. Alright, so I don't know if that's focusing correctly. I apologize if it's not. But as you can see, it makes a hole. Alright? So I'm going to finish doing that, and when I get that on correctly, I'll come back with you guys. Alright guys, so now we've got these bolts. These are just for the little metal panels here, but these bolts here and here are connecting this panel to the subframe. So now we're going to get all this other stuff put on to hold the license plate on. Alright guys, as a side note, when you're putting these screws in, this is like the packet of stuff you get with the Targa kit. Make sure you use the smaller screws for the outsides. The larger screws are for these right here. Just as a note. Alright, so guys, as you can see, most of this stuff is gone. We have the tail lights on, the license plate holder, the LED that lights the license plate somehow. I don't see how that's going to happen. And we have all the wires being fed through this center hole. On the other side, we've got the two metal plates with the bolts and washers on, and we've got all the wires running through here. So all there is to do now is to hook all the wires up, check if they work, and then we can put all the seats and stuff back on. So I'm going to do the wires, and the wires, we have these little wire tie things, so I'll turn it back on to show you how the wire ties work and whatnot, and I'll see you guys then. Alright guys, so we've got, I say we because I got my roommate out here to help me strip some of these wires because they were being difficult, to say the least. But all you're going to do with these red pieces is put two ends together and then twist the red on top. Alright guys, well, after a lot of problems, a dead battery, incorrectly wired harnesses, I now have the Targa Fender Eliminator kit installed correctly on my bike, and it cranks. Alright guys, so this is the post-mortem of the install of the Fender Eliminator kit, the Targa one. As you can see, it's all on there and working. I'll turn the bike on and put the emergencies on so you can see it in action to prove to you that this thing actually works. So yeah, you can see the little shit LED in here. Really shitty, but I mean, I don't care if people can see my license plate or not. Things to note. After all is said and done, hold on 1 second, I gotta take the bag off. I don't know how to hold this camera. Alright, after having done this whole thing, hardest part by far is getting the wiring correct. When you're stripping the wires in here, be very careful that you put them in the right ones. Like, when you take them off, somehow mark which ones are what. It's going to save you a lot of headache later down the road. I mean, that is the only really bad thing. Everything else went really smooth. And the look is really good. I really like the way the look is. Because I hated that whole shovel thing. It got on my nerves. But that's it. And I hope you guys enjoyed the videos, however many it ends up being. And see you guys next time. Later.